Hello. I am back reviewing Monday Night Raw once again. I am recording this video a little bit later than I normally do in terms of the reviews because I had to watch LeBron play basketball. Hopefully you'll forgive me though because it's still a double upload today because you know I really be on one. But enough yapping. This episode of Raw was decent. It wasn't as good as last week, but it was alright. I don't know what it was, but it kind of felt like this week was just missing something. I don't know what it was, but it felt that way. We started out with the rightful 2025 Men's Royal Rumble winner, Jey Uso. He's so over, bro. I was eating everywhere. I like this approach they took with it because it was different and it felt a little bit more real with the whole Gunther attack. Gunther promised him the following weeks are going to be hell for him, and he came through with the promise. This was basically the angle that was setting up Jey Uso picking Gunther as the guy who's going to challenge for the title at Mania. Now, I'm not going to lie, and I'm not going to say I'm like super excited for the match because I'm not. We've already seen it. We know what we're getting out of it, but I am excited for the story. They're getting a little more creative with it this time, and that's all I'm asking for when it comes to this story right now because we've already seen it all these times. At least give us something different. And it's always a good start to the show when you start the show with your most over guy. So, you know, I can't complain. Jey Uso got the crowd going crazy, and then we went backstage and Kathy Kelly had me going crazy, so I was invested in the show immediately. Bro, I'm geeking. Io, Coda, and Kathy were all in one segment, bro. I'm such a gooter. No. I'm not finna lie. I don't really remember this segment, but I put down in my notes, Kathy. I'm geeking. Io, Coda, and Kathy all in one segment. We gotta keep it moving because Io announces she's quote unquote coming for Rhea. I guess that happened, yeah. Now something I remember a little bit more fluently was the Damage Control versus Liv and Raquel tag team match. But before that, I got a Hulk Hogan commercial during my commercial break, and it kind of made me want to rewatch the Kendrick Lamar halftime show. And also, that Love video package for the World Tag title match, you know, it had me hype low-key. And I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of shaking in my boots because they gave Io and Dakota the jobber treatment, not giving them like a televised entrance. I'm not gonna lie, I was scared they were about to get jobbed out. Well, a non-televised entrance for us brokies, alright? But yeah, this match was pretty fun. Like, it was fun, in all honesty. Also, quick Dakota Kai appreciation. That attire was fire, and I love the little rope assisted kick she does. It makes me pop every time. Liv got busted open in the middle of the match. I don't know how it happened, but it was a pretty cool visual. Oh my goodness gracious sakes alive, Io Sky won a match! This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill. Io Sky has won a match in 2025. We're low-key cooking with the first two things on the show so far. So let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving, Papa H. And we should be able to do that because I have extremely high expectations for this next match. Bayley versus Lyra Valkyria. I was slightly disappointed, but I still enjoyed the match and was really good, and it was fun, but there were a few botches. It's always great when Lyra Valkyria has a match because she always just overperforms. So it was fun. It could have been better, but I'm not going to sit here and complain because it was still a good match. Also, the story they told about Lyra just having everything scouted and knowing everything about Bayley, it was a very, very good story that they told, and the finish was very, very, very good. So yeah, this Raw up to this point has been cooking. It's been cooking. Then we get into the Penta promo, and I don't really think you can judge it too harshly because it's obvious Penta is not a perfect English speaker, but he's doing pretty well for what it's worth. And the scenery, the imagery of the promo was great. It was top tier. Then we got the little Ludwig and Pete Dunne thing in the backstage area and whatnot, and to be honest, I really want to see Ludwig versus Pete Dunne. I really want to see it. I need it in my life, inject it into my veins. We're getting another Pete Dunne Penta match next week, which is going to be a whole lot of fun. I'm excited. I'm already geeked for it. And then we got to see AJ Styles, and oh my god, that warm welcome was beautiful. That is a Southern father type promo if I've ever seen one before, gang. It's a lot of fun seeing AJ Styles because we don't have have a lot of time left with him, so like you gotta cherish every moment you get with AJ Styles from this point on. Then we got Dom interrupting him, and oh my god, he still got so much heat. He's still so like over as a heel, bro. It is kind of crazy how every single time AJ Styles has a mic, it's just money. It's golden and is amazing. It's cinema. AJ then took out Dirty Sanchez and the guy with the purple skinny jeans after they tried to sneak him. So all is well in the neighborhood, bruh. I'm gonna skip a little and just go ahead and say this: AJ and Dom is confirmed for next week. So next week's already looking a lot better than this week. Back to the current universe. I like the placement of the Seth Rollins interview with Jackie Redmond. It was different. I enjoy seeing different from time to time. I really do, bro. He cannot stop talking about CM Punk. They actually have a gay relationship. It's not even a joke anymore. They have to have a gay relationship. Seth is then interrupted by the guy that leads the Judgment Day Sex Dungeon faction, Finn Balor. They get to speaking, they get to talking ish about each other and whatnot, and you know that's how that goes. Nothing crazy happened from that point on, but they got to having a war with words. Also, side note, this Seth character is a complete psycho, and I'm honestly wondering when they're gonna pull the plug and just turn him heel fully. That boy Braun Breaker was dressed like The Undertaker if he hopped on steroids and spent way too much time in a spray tan bed. Now leave your grievances at the door for the World Tag Title match between the War Raiders and the Creed brothers. I don't know about y'all, but that match banged. That was a great match. And I like that they protected the Creed brothers. I know it might not make sense logically, but it protected them in story. Yeah, I gotta remember, professional wrestling doesn't have logic these days, and it never really has, to be honest. And I'm not gonna lie, I was watching this match, and I was thinking, what if the Creed brothers actually win this? Because it kind of looked like they were booking it to the Creed brothers actually winning the match. I want to see another match between these two teams, because that was a lot of fun. Ivar just continues to impress me every single time I've seen him for the past like 10 years now. Handsome Johnny just stay cooking these days, cause after the match we get a couple segments. The first one was the Judgment Day just completely arguing like children, and I love those segments every time they come up. Finn and Liv act more in love than Dom and Liv do sometimes with the way they be arguing. What happens when Finn ends up stealing Liv, bro? Are we back at square one again with Dominic? What's happening? The next segment was basically Io and Rhea announced that they're having a match after Elimination Chamber. The Raw after Elimination Chamber, to be specific. So this basically just tells me Io's losing another big match. Jesus Christ. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Io should beat Rhea, because it's just not feasible and it doesn't make sense. And I'm glad that Io's getting another big opportunity, but I just don't want to see her lose another big match. But Io versus Rhea, I'm not complaining. And then we got Phil Brooks. Pretty good Phil Brooks promo that ended up getting interrupted by Logan Paul, and oh my god, get this idiot off my screen, bro. It's not heel heat, it's genuine hatred heat. Look, bro, I know I get on a rant every single time, and I'm not gonna do it this time. I promise you, I'm not gonna do it this time. But you're a bigger punk than him, Logan. You scam folks. They cheer him because he doesn't scam folks. Y'all aren't the same, gang. The highlight of Logan's WWE career so far might be Phil saying, I don't even know whose music this was, and the whole finger gun he did in the corner. I get that I'm a hater and all, and I just despise Logan Paul, but it can't be that good, gang. It cannot be that good of an endorsement and a partnership, gang. But we got into the main event, the Chamber qualifying match, Ray versus Logan, and I don't really care. To me, this match was mad boring, and it's not even that I hated Logan Paul. I just wasn't a fan of the match. Like, I'm not even lying. I'm not even making a joke here. I almost fell asleep watching the match. It was that boring to me. It was just impossible for me to care. There was no, like, story that I really cared about. I get last week he cost Ray and whatever, but we all knew Logan was winning. We all knew Punk was beating Sammy last week, but that match was really good, so that, like, you know, it made up for it. The in-ring work rate, quality, whatever, that made up for it. And this just honestly shouldn't have main evented There was better options on this card to main event. All right, I watched it back, and it wasn't as bad as I remember it being, but it still wasn't like anything super crazy. But it was a better match than I remembered it as. Overall, it was a decent show, not the best, not the worst. The segments were a lot of fun, and the matches besides the main event were pretty good too. Folks in the IWC were saying the road to WrestleMania is super boring, and after like 8 days, bro, chill out. It's okay. It's okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. I mean, it does feel mad long till WrestleMania. Like, I get it, but it'll be all right. That Elimination Chamber card already looks really, really good, and I'm invested already. So right now, it looks like we're getting Jay versus Gunther and John Cena versus Cody, which it could be better, but I'm not complaining. I'm just interested to see what they do with guys like Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens, Jacob Fatu, and Solo Sikoa. It seems like there's a lot of things they can do with different people, so I'm just interested to see the route that they take. But yeah, that's gonna be all for me. I appreciate y'all for watching this video. Like it if you enjoyed, subscribe if you like watching sarcastic guys talk about their meaningless opinions on the internet, join the Discord, follow me on Twitter, and yeah, God bless, stay safe.